When did you discover your true family? Growing up in a quiet Ohio suburb, my home felt like a cage. My parents never hit me or my younger brother Tim, but their control was suffocating. We were locked in our rooms for trivial things. A glass left on the counter, a sigh too loud, or just because they were in a mood. Silence became our defense. Speaking risked their wrath. Tim, just a year younger, and I barely talked, both too scared to draw attention. Some days, they'd act like normal parents, Dad asking about my math test, Mom making pancakes, and I'd hope things were turning around. But it was a cruel tease. One wrong move, like forgetting to wipe my shoes, could unleash hours of screaming, their voices echoing through thin walls. We learned to shrink ourselves, avoiding eye contact, but nothing was ever enough. It was as if they resented our existence, like we were intruders in their lives. My escape was a battered laptop, my only window to the world. Barred from friends or going outside, I dove into an online game at 13, meeting Claire, Ethan, Mia, and Jordan. They lived in Seattle, 2,000 miles away, and became my lifeline. We played nightly, swapping memes, venting about school, and building inside jokes nobody else would get. They'd plan hangouts, bowling, beach trips, while I listened, heart aching, stuck in my room as my parents argued over bills or nothing at all. Their fights were a soundtrack to my life, unpredictable and relentless. At 15, during a late-night gaming session, I finally opened up about my reality. The lock-ins, the constant yelling, the fear of saying the wrong thing. I braced for them to brush it off, but they didn't. Claire typed, "That's not okay. You've got us." Ethan added, "If you need to get out, Seattle's here." Their words became my anchor, replayed in my head when the house grew too loud. At 16, I landed a job washing dishes at a diner. The work was grimy, the manager a tyrant, but it was freedom. Hours away from home, earning my own money. I saved every paycheck, stashing $200 by 18, unsure why, just needing a sense of control. When I turned 18, it hit me. I could visit my friends. I bought a one-way ticket to Seattle for a 10-day trip, telling my parents it was a school program. They barely reacted, not asking a single question, their indifference stinging more than their shouts. On the plane, anxiety gnawed. What if we didn't vibe in person? What if I was just the sad kid they pitied? But at SeaTac Airport, there they were, waving a ridiculous sign with my gamer tag in glitter. They tackled me with hugs, laughing like we'd known each other forever. The nerves melted away. It felt right, like I'd found something I didn't know I was missing. Those 10 days were magic. They dragged me to Seattle's heart, Pike Place fish tosses, greasy food trucks, late-night arcades. We drove through the city in Mia's old Jeep, blasting punk rock, windows down. We binged sci-fi movies, argued over board games, and talked about everything. Fears, dreams, dumb crushes. For the first time, I wasn't bracing for a blow-up or tiptoeing around tempers. I kept waiting for the moment to sour, but it never did. One night, on Jordan's rooftop under a starry sky, we sat quietly, city lights twinkling below. Claire broke the silence. "You're not going back to that house, are you?" Her words crystallized what I'd been feeling. I knew I couldn't return to that suffocating life. The next morning, I called the diner and quit, my voice steady. I crashed on Ethan's couch. Then we all pooled money for a tiny apartment. Leaky pipes, creaky floors, but ours. Their families embraced me. No questions asked. Claire's mom cooked me dinner. Jordan's dad taught me to change a tire. They treated me like I'd always been there, not some runaway needing pity. My parents didn't notice I was gone for 6 weeks. When they called, Mom's voice was sharp. "You can't just ditch your family." I said, "I found mine," and hung up. Claire, Ethan, Mia, Jordan, they're my real family, built on years of late-night chats, shared laughter, and a bond stronger than blood. My parents' house was a place of fear. Seattle's where I learned what home could mean.